Have you ever had unprotected sex?
With my husband, I'm married.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, not before that. I'm just asking.
Okay, before my marriage.
Yes.
I had twice.
Okay, and is it because of the lack of information you knew about the kind of possible effects from having unprotected sex?
No. As a result of the pleasure, my fiancé then, which is not my
Okay.
husband, wanted to drive from sex.
Okay.
Yes.
If you know about contraceptives a lot, would you still make unprotected sex?
I don't know, because I don't like it, because I'm scared, because all those drugs, they have side effects.
Do you have like access to sexual health clinics or advice, counseling?
No.
Not at all.
At all.
Is there any place you can walk into now and tell them, okay, I want to talk about sex?
No.
I want you to educate me on sex. There is no place.
There's no place here.
No? Not really, but I do have a doctor I go to.
Okay.
Yeah, he tutors me on how to be safe, keep my body, things to use and things not to use.
Once in a while, like pharmacy department in my school, they organize, a program where they tell students this is that, contraceptive pills, how to abstain.
What do you feel that the government should do? That everybody should have access to postinatal and different kind of contraceptives without them feeling bad or without anybody making them feel bad?
First of all, they should make an awareness to everybody. Maybe by so doing, everybody would have that idea of it. And you going to a place to get it, it won't be strange or new to them there. So that way, everybody will feel free.
Ever since I've been around this area, I've not seen any group or any institution group that will like advise the youth or what they're going to do. Because if I'm going to say they're going to solve about dressing, it's not going to be possible. Because everybody have the life the way they want to live the life. But in terms of the community health or something, because when one gets it, other have.
Sure.
What they're going to do is just go to the chemist, play side by side role with the chemist person or with NAFDAC at least. When anybody that is coming in, anybody that want to do it, you have to
give them sex information.
Whose responsibility do you think it is to feed this information to the young people about sexual health, about unwanted pregnancies?
The government should organize a forum. I think it's on, but I'm not sure. But it's not in full active.
Please, we want to ask you, do you give your children sexual lectures at home?
Of course, yes, I do.
What kind of lectures, what kind of things do you tell them about sex?
I tell them about sex once they are matured. I tell them how they can take care of themselves, how they can not waste their time with the boys, with the opposite sex and others.
When you were growing up, did your mom ever give you the sex talk?
Yeah,
like
for
if you
sure.
want to make sex, take drugs and do this.
She never even told him to have sex. They even give us the impression that if you get close to a guy, you'll be pregnant.
So she never told you that?
She never, as in anything concerning drugs, to tell you go to these particular drugs to get, no. They only tell you just total abstinence because they believe during that time when you're a virgin, you get married, that's the boss. But now these people don't want to know about it. They believe when you're a virgin is an opportunity. Whereas that's what all girls supposed to have. It's like now the pride is no more there. Everybody's just living the life they want to live. But then she told me, if you are close to a guy, you're going to be pregnant. Like as in body contact.
It's risky.
Okay.
Playing with boys.
So they shouldn't go close to a boy?
Not go, they should do, but not too close.
In fact, I've told her to even run away from sex before marriage because I know it's the will of God. And I told her the importance of keeping oneself from such standard because I know God will not favor such and even our future will not bright if she continues.
How did you find out that this still was a lie?
I think
you were actually now touched.
I actually have students, friends, male students, when we were growing up, and there was nothing like pregnancy. So I knew it was something that was not really touching.
If you know that your daughter is making sex, unprotected sex, or your son is making unprotected sex with a girl, would you rather he brings the girl to the house, he gets her pregnant, or the girl gives him HIV, or you give him a pack of condoms? Which do you prefer?
That will not even happen. It will happen in Jesus' name.
Amen.
It will not happen.
Okay.
It will not happen.
Okay, do you give them contraceptives? If you make sex, use this.
I don't do.
Why?
Because I don't expect them to do.
You don't expect them to make sex?
Yes.
But you know they're making sex.
I don't know. They've not told me.
I can never give my daughter drugs to use because drugs can damage internal or can cause anything. So you know, most of the time, most of the children, most of the women that are, some of them are not pregnant, it might be because of what they have been using before, can damage their stomach.
So you prefer she has HIV or she gets unwanted pregnancy than for you to give her stuff to use?
I can never go but I only advise her on what to do, on how she's going to move.
Okay, sir, but you will never in any situation give your child condoms or contraceptives to use, or tell them which contraceptives to use, or tell them to go to a place to get advice about sex.
And that means I'm educating them in adultery.
So your teenage daughter right now,
Mm-hmm.
you can beat your chest and say she's not making sex.
That's why I said I don't want to know, because if I know, it will hurt me. I feel disappointed.
You need to know.
But I have told them they should not.
So you don't care?
Since I told them they should not, I believe they had me and they believe me. They will not. They will not.
Children don't want to hear them have sex. So it's better you tell them that, okay, see what you should do, be safe and all that.
We're in a pharmacy and we are with a pharmacist. Okay. And she has direct links to young teenagers and young youths who come to buy contraceptives. So now we're going to be asking you, how do they behave when they come to get the stuff?
Okay. For most, let me say about like I said, 70%, they just come and this is what I want. I want to buy Postinoto or whatever brand they want. Those that are shy, they probably send the man. The man comes in. Others write it in a paper, or just a very few just call you aside. But most of them just come and ask for it. This is what I want.
You don't behave funny in any way?
Probably I would say just the younger ones. People who think if I come and ask for this, I'll look somehow. Then they call you aside. Mama, please, this is what I want. So sometimes they do call me aside, but most times they just come and then ask for it.
Do you offer counseling? Do you counsel them?
Yes. First of all, you counsel about the drug. Because what we experience is most people, they use more than they should. Usually you shouldn't use more than a pack in a cycle, in a menstrual cycle. But you see people using thrice or even more. So you counsel about the effects of the drug. Then you counsel about STDs. Pregnancy is not the only thing you should really worry about when you're having unprotected sex.
Do you think Nigerian youths are open to options of contraceptives?
No, I don't think so. I think that's because of the fear of, they have this fear of if I use oral contraceptives, I'm going to gain weight. And, the typical ladies is a bit careful about the weight. So that's the misconception about them.
What contraceptives do you have now that people don't know about, that people rarely ask?
You have the regular ones like combination 3. You have that you have to take every day. But most of them don't know that. They just know if you had unprotected sex, just come for Postinoto or whatever brand it is and they pick it up. So they are not really open to that. I think they just come for what they want. You can counsel and then just...
But there's no judgmental feelings. You don't act...
Why? It's... No. Besides, if you act that way, even if you are not a pharmacist, if someone comes to meet you for whatever and you act in a funny way, they won't even open up to you. And this is a profession that if you really want to get the best of them, if you really want to get across to them, you cannot be judgmental.
But most people behave this way because we don't have enough information to them. Because in the Western world, they have information. The informations are passed out. Like this, when someone is in their face, they know it. But in Nigeria, our parents don't even want to talk about it. Did your mom talk about sex to you?
Well, no. I think I asked her a question one time and she was like, why are you asking me? Like, you're too young to be asking this kind of a thing.
Exactly. So what do you think we should do for more people to know about sex from the young, when they're very young?
I think it should be, the parents have a part to play, or your children will just probably learn from somewhere else. But I think it should be, sex education should be introduced in schools.
How?
They should do that.
Should they be
in the curriculum, maybe integrated science. I think that's the one that has to do with integrated science, yes, and then sex education should be introduced. I know in integrated science, there's a way they do it somehow. I'm not sure, but In the schools, it would help. And then the media too.
The media should do something about it.
I mean, you can use the media to, just like they do all this adverts. Yes, they can do that too.
But it should be talked about because we are making sex.
Yes, whether we agree or not.
We are making
Yes, it's going on.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Well, as you've heard from the pharmacists, as you've heard from the students, as I've heard from the parents, nobody wants to believe that we are making sex. Nobody wants to believe that the teenagers are making sex. Whereas the teenagers are all saying they are not only making sex, but they are making unprotected sex. The sooner people, our elders, believe that we are making sex, better for us. Being in a society where they frown about teenagers not making sex because it's not biblical or it's not cultural, it's not just it. We are making sex. Let them accept. Let them give us the full information of what we need, so that we're able to protect ourselves from HIV. We're able to protect ourselves from diseases and unwanted pregnancies. The earlier they do this, the better for all of us. I just like this channel. BattaBox.com.